All right. So very excited. Thank you guys for hopping on tonight and really, taking time away from your schedule to listen to this amazing person who's about to talk tonight. And I'm super excited to have her. I met her a few years ago, probably when she first started as a coach, I think. And she started in 2013. She was a premier coach her very first year, which is amazing in itself. But she's also a 2-time elite coach. She's a 6-figure earner, and she's a Success Club all-star legend for 5, I think it is. She's just amazing. So I will let her take the floor. She's also a Financial Fitness Award winner, which if you don't know what that is, go into your online office and look at it. So I will, this unmuted you, Kaileigh.
Oh, thanks. I don't have to do any work for this call. Pretty awesome.
No pressure.
I'm just going to X out of my stuff here. Hi, everyone. How's everybody doing? Good.
Great, thanks.
Good. Excited to be here. I still see like daylight behind some of these people, which means they're not where we are.
Right? Well, it's almost there's a little daylight here.
There's none here. Good old Northwestern East Coast. Okay. So I was going over with Alicia a little bit. I was like, what do you want me to talk about? And she's like, well, what are you good at? And I'm like, well, just like any other coach, they're not going to be able to tell you what they're good at unless somebody else tells them. But there's 2 things that I like to talk about. So one of which is my like page and trainings on that, but we're not doing that. We are going to do something that I'm very passionate about. And I titled it for the purpose of this call, Challenging Yourself. And it's really going to just dive into, I don't want to say the basics, but I think that it's something that every coach can hear, whether you have been in this for, a month or you've been in this for 3 years. Because I myself, you're going to hear a little bit about me in the very beginning of it, but I myself have been a coach for 3 years, and sometimes I still need to hear it. So I think that it's going to benefit a whole bunch of you. So I have slides. So someone just kind of has to tell me that they can see me or see my slides, because this is just weird. Okay. So let me screen share. Can you see my slides?
No. Oh, wait. Now I can.
Okay. So isn't that pretty? I mean,
you worked so hard on it. I'm so proud of you.
I know I did. I really did. I actually stayed home yesterday while my son was at school, and I did these. But now it's good because I can use them for anybody, any other time somebody asks me to do something. So just a little bit about my story. I am a stay-at-home mom, and before I started Beachbody, I was a stay-at-home mom. I started March 10th, 2013. So that was literally just 3 years ago. And we were in major financial distress. And just like as I'm sitting there typing that post and tagging you in it, Alicia, today about being student loan debt free, I remember where like you and I would go back and forth like every week, what we're paying off, Do you remember that? It was so much fun. Anyway, have a success partner. That's why it's important to have a success partner, because you can do that type of stuff. My husband and I had been talking about possibly filing for bankruptcy because we had so much debt to pay back that we couldn't get above water. We were literally sinking. And I found Beachbody. I found my upline coach through her blog, and it was in February of 2013, and I had been on my weight loss journey, not doing Beachbody, but I had hit a plateau. So I was Google searching something for how to get over a plateau. I don't even know. And her blog post came up, and we started talking for about a month, and she actually helped me without doing any type of Beachbody program. I was still doing the program that I was doing. And I started losing about 3 pounds a week. So I'm like, okay, what she has to offer is obviously, and I'm not even doing what she's doing. Excuse me. So I had saw her do a blog post about the Disney Success Club trip. And that really hit home to me. So my tip number one is don't be afraid to share anything because you never know what's going to hit with somebody. For me, it was that Disney post because I remember my son, who's in the top picture, he was 1 at the time and my daughter was 3. And I remember at that point in February thinking to myself, like, I had no purpose. I have used to go to Disney World like all the time as a kid. And at that point in our financial distress, we would never, like, I didn't see us getting out of that to the point where we could bring our kids there. So it really hit home that she was saying that it was given to her by, beach buddies. She earned it, that type of thing.
Oh, she charged me for my background check and well-being.
So that's when I started talking to her about the business opportunity. I came into this 100% for the business. I have never been through a challenge group. I actually signed up for the $40. I bought Insanity off of Craigslist, and I didn't try Shakeology for the first 2 months of my business because I couldn't afford it. I knew and I was passionate about where I wanted to go and what I wanted this business to do. So that leads me to passionate and the big heart. I am constantly looking out for people. That's just in my nature. I love health and fitness. I'm passionate about what I do. And my passion resonated through that to the point where I needed to get out of debt. Like, I could not go back to work because what I would make outside the home would pay for daycare. And that would just mean that I was outside the home. Like, I still wasn't getting us out of debt. So I had to do something within the house. And I wanted to help my husband because he works 7 days a week. He owns his own business. That's him down in the bottom picture. That was me with my selfie stick. He does not like selfie sticks. So I was trying to make him smile. So that's a little bit about me and where I came from. And what I want to talk to you guys about, it's twofold. One is success and Success Club. I know that you guys probably hear it all the time, but I'm going to tell you right now, it is the bread and butter to your business. The other thing that we're going to talk about on a couple more slides is fear, just so you have a little background. So Success Club, I like to call it Changing Lives Club. And I have been talking to my new coaches as, I have to reference Success Club because they'll hear it from corporate, they'll hear it from other people. But I talk about it as a Changing Lives Club. Can you change 3 people's lives this month? Can you change 5 people's lives this month? This is just, the picture on this is how I do my shout outs. I only do a weekly top 10 and it's based off of Success Club points and PV. So these are the people who were in the past top 10 Changing Lives Club. And this is actually my timeline banner in my team page so everybody can see them. Everybody's tagged in it. And that's how I do my shout outs for that. Talking about how lives matter. If you have that in your head for your business coming into this or 3 years into it, doesn't matter. You can always change your pattern. So whether you are spotty with hitting Success Club or you don't hit it or you're brand new and you're getting a lot of no's, you can change the pattern by thinking about the lives that matter. So how many people can you change? How many lives can you change this month? And if you make it a non-negotiable, and it truly is a non-negotiable in your head, you're going to do anything and everything to hit your goal for that month. For me, my goal is Success Club 5. That's the baseline. Anything above and beyond that is amazing. For me, I came into this for the business, so I work a lot more with working coaches. So they're far and few between that actually do things, and that's where I get my Success Club points from. But those are the people that I am working with the most. And like I said, Success Club or the Changing Lives Club is the bread and butter to your business. And I go over this on my Getting Started Right call with all of my new coaches. And we talk about how your business is 100% centered around Success Club or the Changing Lives Club. You cannot move on if you're not hitting Success Club. You can't move up if you're not hitting Success Club. You won't go on the free trips if you're not hitting Success Club. You won't earn extra money if you're not hitting Success Club. So everything that you want to do in your business stems from Success Club. Okay. I think the ratio or the percentage is 215%. No, excuse me. People who hit Success Club at least 5 for 2 years in a row make 215% more money than those who do not hit it. That's a lot of money. So get that in your head as a non-negotiable, like, heck yeah, I'm going to help 3 people in 30 days. It's doable. You just got to up your numbers. So the bread and butter. I mean, 100%, whether you're signing coaches, discount coaches, or challengers, I do not sell anything but a challenge pack. Okay. Even if they want Shakeology, it's still a challenge pack. You can they can give away the program, or I normally say just keep it on your shelf because you might get inspired to do it. Okay. That's what I'm constantly preaching to my coaches. And then your business development. If you're doing it, your coaches are going to do it, right? So you're going to teach and you're going to duplicate. This is so simple that people don't do it. Just like the whole inviting process, they just don't do it. The whole point of your business is to sign coaches that want to work the business, teach them to hit Success Club, and have them sign coaches and do the same thing. That's it. That's how you grow a 6-figure business. You have coaches who are in this doing the same thing that you're doing. You can't be mad that your business isn't moving if you're not hitting Success Club, because then your coaches aren't hitting Success Club. Okay? So teach it, duplicate it. One tip that I have that I wish I did 3 years ago was to write down pretty much everything. So if I got an objection, write it down. If I, had a good way of saying something to someone about an objection, write it down. Because I've noticed that in the past 3 years, coaches have come up with the same issues that I have, and my memory is horrible. And if I had them written down, I would have been able to be like, I went through that. Like, this is what I said. But now I'm doing more work for myself because here I am trying to think of what I said 3 years ago. So that's the duplication part of it. You want to be able to help your coaches you're doing. And that can be twofold because they could be duplicating something negative. And that's where you have to take a good look at yourself. If they're duplicating not hitting Success Club, not inviting people, not doing personal development, not connecting with people, that's a huge one. I love that they changed that. P.S. The first vital behavior. Then it's a negative effect, and it's only going to negatively infect your business. Infect. Literally, your business won't grow. So moving on, I hope that helped a little bit for Success Club. And honestly, it really is just number 3 is a non-negotiable. My upline is Melanie Mitro. You might know her. I don't know if you do. But if you don't, she's the number 1 coach in Beachbody. And I remember when I started, she was 2-star. Okay. And she was pushing for 10, from 2 to 10. And I started in March 10th. I did the training that I needed to do to even get on a phone call with her in the very beginning of my business. Got on the phone call with her. One of the first things she ever said to me was, if you want to build a business and you want to get your family out of debt, Success Club is a non-negotiable. That scared the shit out of me. Like, I was like, okay, if I'm not doing this, I'm not getting my family out of debt. And this is going to transition to the fear part of it, because that is solely the number 1 way that I have gotten to premiere my first year. I got to 2-time elite. I paid off all my credit cards. I just tagged Alicia on a post that I paid off all my student loans. That right there, that little word non-negotiable is what did it. Okay. I've been in this business for 3 years. I have never missed a month of Success Club ever. Not even my first month. It was okay. I'm in it. I'm doing it. So you got to train your mind. The next few slides will put a little bit more in perspective for you, which is fear and limitations. This is something that I hold near and dear to my heart because everybody goes through it. Everybody has fear. Everybody has limitations. It's just what they do with them that makes them successful or not. So first, you want to identify what your fear is or fears. Okay, whether it's the fear of failing, the fear of inviting, the fear of putting yourself out there. I mean, the fear of hearing no. There's a ton of them, and I'm sure that you've heard it or your upline has heard it from you, but identify what it is, then confront it and say, okay, this is what my issue is, a fear of inviting. That's like the first thing on my power hour list. invite 10 people. I'm like looking at it right now. Why? Because nobody likes to invite. So it's going to be the first thing that I do when I sit down on my computer. I'm confronting it. I'm saying, okay, I used to be afraid of inviting for challenge groups. And one of the ways that I got over it was I just changed my wording. I was afraid of offending people. Okay. I don't like to make people upset. I don't want to offend anyone. So I thought that if I invited to a challenge group, they were going to say, are you calling me fat? And I did not want that. So I led with the business opportunity because that was easier for me. But in the same sense, I still needed to invite to challenge groups. So I had to confront my issue with that and then take it into control. What aspect of that can I control? Because I have to invite to challenge groups. You have to. It's part of the business. So what could I control from that is I could control the way that I say it. Instead of saying, making small talk and connecting with them and then saying, hey, I don't want to keep you. I just wanted to invite you to a Facebook fitness challenge, whatever you want to say. I would change it to, hey, I don't want to keep you, or hey, I got to run out with the kids, but I'm inviting everyone to a Facebook fitness challenge, however you say it. So now I'm not just singling this person out. I feel more in control of what I'm saying. I'm not fearful of offending them. So it can work in any situation. You identify, you confront, you control, and after that you succeed. You have to push past it. The little limitation box, I don't have the picture of it that I created for a summit event. Super Saturday event, but it's pretty much picture a box and all of your fears are in it. And success is on the outside. If you're stuck between those four walls of that box, you will never see success. Okay. Again, it's why you have to identify, confront, control, because then you will see success. That limitation box can be anything from personal limitations in this. Like for me, one of my big, huge hurdles is not being good enough or never doing good enough. Like I could have always done something better. And that is something that has been a huge limitation for me that I've had to slowly come out of because it's limiting me somewhere in my business, whether it's with my coaches or with my challengers or with my relationships with people. Somewhere down the line, it's going to limit me. And we want to work through those so that we can continue to see success. Lastly is the fear of quitting. And this is where it ties into the success and the non-negotiable. And for me, this right here is why I am where I am today. My why was so big because my husband and I had been praying for a very long time for a way for us to get out of debt, to live more comfortably, to live free, to be able to do things for our family, and do things like my house is under construction 24/7 because my husband is home improvement contractor. So like we want things, but nothing could be finished because we didn't have any money. So like, it was just a whole bunch of stuff that was rolling in, and we were saying we need something to do. And at that point, when my upline told me that Success Club is a non-negotiable and that's how I'm going to build my business, and if I'm not hitting Success Club every month, I'm not building my business. In my mind, I internalized that and said, okay, if I'm not building my business, I'm not getting my family out of debt. I'm not reaching my goals. I'm not doing my why. I'm pretty much failing myself. And that's when the fear of quitting kind of took over every other fear that I ever had about this business, whether it was about, again, inviting, fear of hearing no. Now I love hearing no. I just had a new coach tell me last night, she's like, if I get to 100 no's before I get a yes, I'm going to be really upset. I'm like, no, 100 no's are awesome. Like we give prizes for those. Like that's awesome because it shows that you're out there working your business and you have 100 new follow-ups that you could do. So I'm trying to change the mindset of my coaches and saying no is not a bad thing. But if you're going to fear anything that's inside that limitation box, it's going to be quitting. Okay. You need to have such a big why and such a drive to succeed that you fear the word quitting. Okay. And I'm going to tell a story. There have been numerous times throughout these 3 years that I wanted to quit. Okay. I hated Beachbody. I didn't like who I was talking to. I was not anywhere near my Success Club goal on the 27th of the month. And I am just, okay, this is ridiculous. I'm done. I'd call my upline. I'd be like, I'm done. This is ridiculous. I can't do this anymore. I'm quitting. She goes, okay, quit. And I'm like, well, shit, I can't quit. Like, it literally has this hold on me that I can't quit. And she, it's like a big inside joke when I feel like that. She's just like, okay, see you later, Kaileigh. Like, it's whatever. But I fear, because I know in my mind, and this is what my mind tells me, and I don't know if I'm trained that way or if you can train yourself that way. If you can, I suggest practicing it. But telling yourself that, hey, listen, yeah, I know it sucks right now. I know it's hard. I sure as heck don't want to go sit down and invite people today. Like, I just want to take a nap. But I know that if I don't and I quit, I'm never going to reach my why. Then who am I failing, right? If I'm getting a no instead of quitting my business and failing on my own, that's going to be okay for me. Because if I quit, I'm never going to get my family out of debt. I'm never going to be able to build my forever home. I'm never going to be able to travel with my kids. I'm never going to be able to live comfortably, give the way that God has given us. So for me, that's kind of where my mindset has been for 3 years, is I'm so scared of quitting because I will never reach anything that I want to do, anything. Whether it's I want to go away next weekend. If I quit tomorrow, I won't be able to do that because we'll need to save all the money we possibly can. Or if I want to be able to give to the homeless, I can't do any of that if I quit. So that's kind of where we have to get in our mindset, is fearing quitting above any other fear that we have. So how do you accomplish success? You want to get outside your limitation box, because that's where success stands. All 4 sides, doesn't matter what side you're on, it's there. You just got to get outside of it. Create a system that works for you. This is something that I think a lot of people have a problem with. Yes, our uplines are there and give us duplicatable things, but it may not work for us, right? So do not be afraid to step out on your own and be like, hey, I want to do this and I want to try this. You're going to be able to give that to your coaches, and you're going to have coaches come to you and say, hey, it's great, but I want to try this. And that's what you want. You don't want to be somebody else. You want to do what's going to work for you. So stop attacking everything is pretty much anything that you're doing, yes, could be better, just like anybody. But if you start attacking what you're doing or what you're not doing to the point where you're beating yourself up, you're never going to get up and continue. So you need to just stop, okay? Put the blinders on and go. I've actually, and Alicia can shoot me later, but I don't have my coaches follow coaches, because I know for myself, I tend to try to mimic what other coaches are doing, or I get upset if I see somebody who started the same time as me and they're advancing before me, or whatever it is. I have to put my blinders on. So I've actually unfollowed everybody.
I don't follow any coaches either. So
okay, good. So you're not gonna shoot me. So don't follow anyone, because you're gonna find yourself more wrapped up in what they're doing and not anywhere near as wrapped up as you should be in what you're doing. And it's going to hurt your business. I spent probably about 6 months last year in that rut, and it sucked. And I don't want to see other coaches do it. And this is why it's great to have clients, because they can tell you, hey, I've been in that trench, and don't do it. Just figure it out now before it happens. Be proactive instead of reactive, and put those blinders on and go. Go after it like your life depends on it. Okay. So if your why is big enough, which everybody on this call and anybody that listens to this call's why should be big enough that they fear quitting. And you need to say, okay, if I don't, or if I quit, I pretty much am dead. Okay. That thought of it, I knew that if we claimed bankruptcy, we were getting $300 a month for food, to buy food, groceries for our family from our church. Like, if I didn't make this work, how much worse could it get? Could we be on the street? I don't know. My life depended on it. And whether your situation is 10 times better than mine was, doesn't matter. Make believe your life depends on this, and you're going to make it happen. Okay. Start thinking about those who depend on you. Right. So one of my big goals is to retire my father. If I quit, I can never do that. He is depending on me. Who else is depending on me to make this work? Are my kids, because I want to be able to give them the things that I, was able to have growing up. I don't want to have to be like I'm sorry, you can't go on that field trip. Those are the types of things that went through my head back when I first started this business. So go after it like your life depends on it. Set daily goals and hit them. So if you have, this is my Power Hour checklist right here. It's attached to my computer. It's got like 10 things on it, ranked from highest priority to lowest. And if you have a goal of talking to 5 people a day, and this is what I tell my coaches, I'll just go over my getting started call. I told them pick a number, no less than 5. I don't like them to start with more than 10 because it's just overwhelming for them. But every day you're going to be talking to those people. So my Power Hour checklist is invite 10 people, friend 6 new people, connect with 10 people. Connect and invite are 2 different things. And they just changed the vital behaviors. And Alicia, I don't know if you heard it, but there's the number 1 vital behavior was invite, invite, invite. Well, it first started with just invite. And then it went to invite, invite, invite. And now it's, I cannot for the life of me remember the first word, but it's something, connect, invite. Yeah. So it's brand new. I'll send you the link for that. Carl Deichler talked about it on the call for the Success Starters last Thursday. And he hit the nail on the head because coaches coming into this business were hearing invite, 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 and they were just sending mass messages, right, to people. Beachbody vomit everywhere. This is what I'm doing. Mass messaging 20 to 30 people a day. And it's really what I have been teaching my coaches is you have to connect with them. You have to ask them questions. You have to be trustable. If you're hearing one-word answers, don't move on because they don't trust you yet. They're not going to buy from you. They're not going to even want to hear a price because they don't trust you yet. So by setting these daily goals, you're going to be working on all of that. And so the invite and the connect with 10 people are totally different. The invites are either follow-up people, because I think of those as either one, because no matter what, I'm re-inviting them, or people that I have already connected with, okay? And then connecting with new people will be starting conversations with the people who I've friended that have accepted my friend request. I'm just creating general conversation. Oh my gosh, your daughter's so cute. Or how long have you worked at Purdue Chicken? I don't know, that just came to my mind. Like talking to them about stuff, just non-Beachbody related. You may get into, what do you do? And they may say, what do you do? But I don't normally go into join a challenge group. So those are like the main 3 things that I do. So setting daily goals. I tell my coaches, don't move on or do not let your head hit the pillow until you have met your numbers. Okay. I'm not saying that all 10 people that you're inviting, quote unquote, have to be responding back to you, but those messages have to go out. They do. You have to get to the point where you've sent the message, the invite out. Because then you could wake up to messages saying, oh yeah, I'm interested, or no, thank you. And you can move on. So if you are not hitting your daily goals, you either need a success partner to help keep you accountable, or you need to take a hard look in the mirror and say, okay, I need to put my head to the grinder and go. Be the person you want your coaches to be. Okay. If you want your coaches to be kind, compassionate, respectful, you do the same. This goes back to them duplicating whatever you do. I've seen it too many times, coaching and just being mean to uplines and, all that kind of stuff. It's just be the person that you want your coaches to be, because when you're on the other receiving end of it, it's not fun. Give away info. Don't hold on to anything. We're in the business of sharing. Like, that is what we do. We share. So give it away. If somebody asks you for something, give it to them. Okay. It's only going to benefit everyone in this whole entire business. They're not going to take it word for word. They're going to make it their own, hopefully. But I always tell my coaches, like, if you see something that I've posted, take it. Obviously, if it's my story, change it to yours, but take it. I don't care. Give the info away. I mean, we're constantly sharing information and ideas and scripts and everything you could possibly think of with other coaches, not even in our network. Alicia and I are not even close to the same team, but we share things pretty much every day. Lastly, don't quit. Give yourself time, but if you have your non-negotiable set in place and you have your daily tasks or your power hour, however you work your business, you shouldn't be anywhere near quitting. Okay. If you're not hitting your numbers, up them. If you're still not hitting your numbers, go back to your upline. Something that I've heard people do and have worked for them is they actually log into their coach's Facebook to see the full conversation, because it could be something that you're saying or not saying. So just tweaking your conversations. If you've noticed that 3 or 4 of them have gone downhill, try the 5th one a different way. Okay, I do that too. So my call to actions, I have a couple for you. Make changing lives, quote unquote, Success Club a non-negotiable right now. So before you leave this call, whether I'm on it or I'm off of it, tell yourself right now, starting today, there's still 10 days left in the month, that you could hit Success Club. You could totally change 3 lives in 10 days if you put your mind to it. Identify your limiting fears so that you can move past them and move on to the success bracket. Start identifying your reasons every day. So your reasons to why you do this, something in my mind came across every single day as to why I'm doing this. Why am I sitting in front of this ginormous computer screen when it's 75 degrees outside and I don't have any kids home? I could be outside tanning. Like, why am I doing this? Oh, because I really want to move. You know, like those types of things. And like, it'll be even when I'm supposed to be working, I'll have to take 5 minutes and just go look for houses on the computer. I don't leave my desk. But that's a reminder for me, okay? It gets my head back in the game. Like, this is why you're doing this. Yeah, it may suck right now, but this is why you're doing it. And you've seen success from it. You know that it's possible. I'm not fake. I'm sitting right here in my bedroom. Like, here I am. So start identifying your reasons every single day. Have something that reminds you. I also have, I have messages on my phone. I have a, oh, come on. Where's my thing? There's an app for that, you know, to make a dream board for your phone. So every time I go to click my phone on, there's my goals right there. Okay, best thing ever. There's a whole bunch of them. But you can pick the background, you download the pictures, you can write on it, put it on your phone. So, I mean, everybody's on their phone as a Beachbody coach. It's like the number 0 better behavior, be on your phone. Fear quitting above all else. I think I really nailed this in, but heck, I'll say it again. Fear quitting above all else. Okay. Nothing. I mean, I think the worst thing that could happen is you could have, I'm trying to think of something that's really bad that could happen with all these fears that we encounter. You could have a harasser on your Facebook page. Okay. That's the worst that could happen. I mean, so hearing no or, offending somebody can easily be explained away. No, that's not what I meant. I'm inviting everyone. So the only thing that's legit is quitting. It's the only thing you should fear. And then compete with only yourself. Okay. And I kind of have that to the extreme where everything I could be doing could be better. And that's another reason why I've been so successful, because I'm constantly trying to become better. But if I start competing with Sam, who started at the same time as me, I know that, and I've seen it, my business goes from here to here. Okay. And Sam's keeps going like this. So I keep going like this because I'm no longer at what I'm doing. I'm looking at what she's doing, and I'm not focusing on me. I'm focusing on her and trying to figure out what is she doing when I just need to do me. I just need to do what I'm good at. So compete with only yourself. I hope that helps. That's all I got for you.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And it's definitely very true. Beachbody spends $150 million in advertising for us to, for brand recognition. So there's so much money they're putting out there for us so when we're talking to people that you can be like, oh, hey, have you ever heard of P90X? And, that's the brand recognition they're putting that money into. And going back to the Developing a Leader Mindset event that I did with Craig last night, he was really talking about $500 a month. What would that mean to you? If you could just make $500 more every single month, what would that mean to you? And where else could you earn an extra $500 a month, or $500 a week, or $500 a day? I mean, it's crazy what the opportunity this business has. And you can't get that in any other business. Like, you could ask your boss for a $500 a month raise, and I'm sure you get laughed at. Or you could put it into the stock market and probably lose it. Or open your own traditional business where that alone, you'd end up spending way more money than opening this simple little business for as little as $140, right? Well, John, you are your own boss. So, and you're just the bomb. So if you ask your boss, I'm sure he'd be like, sure. But the greatest thing about coaching is that you're in business for yourself. You're not in business by yourself. You have this huge team to support you and to help you and to guide you and to give you ideas and to swap stories with. So you don't ever have to feel like you are alone in this business. And also going back to what Kaileigh was saying with, fears and limitations, and what Grant Cardone said in the 10X rule, when you have a fear, that means you're on the right path. That means you are doing something that is so scary that you're afraid to do it. And that's the time where you push forward and you keep moving forward. You don't retreat and you don't fall back and let your fear take over you, because a fear is what does he call it? A fake something reaction, something. It's a fake emotion, and it's to whatever you're dreaming of in your head of what's going to happen or what other people think of you. And that's totally not the case, because you're there to help people. And that's our job, is to help others. And obviously, like John, losing over 160 pounds. I mean, he's amazing. And that wouldn't have happened if Casey didn't reach out and say, I believe in you. Let's do this. So also, one of the biggest things too with fear of quitting is that there's things that you're not going to like to do. There's so many things that you just don't want to do it, but you do it anyway. And that's when success starts to happen, because it's the things that you don't like to do and you do them is when success really starts to grow and you become out of your comfort zone and you just get it done. Or you can hire an assistant to do it for you. So there's that. But if you do everything that you do like to do and that's it, you're going to fall short of your goals every single time. You will never reach your goals if you just do the things that you like to do. And if you just like to help people for free, guess what? You're not going to reach your goals ever. You have to make a sale. And that's what it really ultimately comes down to, is that it's a sale, but it's a transaction of their health. They are, putting that commitment into themselves to have you as their coach, to have you help them, and for them to get the results through the products that we use every single day. So don't be afraid to, really share with other people what we're about and planting those seeds. And if you're planting those seeds and you're showing it on your Facebook that you are a coach and that you're helping people and that you're living this life of positivity and fitness and you are helping others and you have challenge groups going, people are going to naturally see what you're doing on your Facebook, and they're going to be like, oh, okay, like this girl could help me with my goals on whatever story that you share that day. And they might decide to contact you. And that's part of planting all those seeds and being able to have those seeds start to harvest, is that posting on your Facebook about your journey and that you can help them. Because I see so many people with Facebook pages that they don't mention, one, that they're a coach, two, that they can join a challenge group, or all it is just you and your workout and your shake, and that's it. Not like, here's somebody else's results that I'm helping, challenger spotlights, or your next challenge group, or why coaching has helped you, or why coaching has helped somebody else. You want to mention those things so people know that they can join you. Otherwise, they're going to just think you're just somebody else who's on this weight loss journey, and that's it. So you want to make sure that they know that you are a coach. And ultimately, you're the CEO of your own business. So you want to make sure that you're doing the things necessary to grow your business. Like Kaileigh said, you want to make Success Club a non-negotiable. You guys hear that from me over and over again, because that's the driver of everything. That is so important. That's, helping people. It's building your business. It's becoming financially free. It's meaning that you're drinking your shake every single day. It's so many things involved within Success Club, and Beachbody rewards us by customer leads, Success Club leads, trips, free stuff every single month. Hello, do you imagine how much money they spend on every single coach that makes Success Club, and they're sending out a Shakeology apron or the Performance Line supplements, at $20 a piece. And then there's probably over 5,000 coaches that made Success Club. They're spending that money because they want you to help more people, and that's to encourage you to help more people. But if you are not making Success Club, you are not a business starter, and your business is not open. So you want to make sure your business is open and that you are available to help people, and that people know you're there to help them. So did you have anything else to add, Kaileigh?
No, not unless anybody has any questions.
Yeah, does anybody have any questions for Miss Amazing? Which, guys, so she would always tell me how much she sucks, but she is amazing. I'm serious. It's crazy how much mindset does change over the years as well. Because especially at the beginning, she's on Melanie Mitro's team. It's full of amazing people who are just rising to the top, the whole Bombshell team, they just rise to the top really quickly. And, when she had all her doubts, she came to me and we talk about it. And that's where Success Partners really come in, is to help you with those times of when you're ready to quit, when you're ready to give up, when your whole business sucks and you just don't feel like doing anything that day or giving up. That's a time that you reach out to your Success Partner, and I'm pretty sure that they have felt the same way, or, and all of us have felt the same way as well, where we wanted to quit, where we're just miserable. But the things that come in later on in life from all those sacrifices and all that times where it's, miserable and you're just not happy, there's, that one person that messages you and they've lost over 100 pounds, or they, now are able to be off their medications, or they're just thanking you for just being there, supporting them. That is the biggest thing that you can have, and the biggest reward is that one person messaging you. And that's worth all the stress, and it's worth all the unhappiness, as well as, getting financially free. Building our own dream house, that's, to me, is mind-boggling that I can even do that 5 years later. I never thought possible that would happen. So let's see here. So Jessica asked, generally, how long do you talk to somebody before inviting them to a challenge group?
I now have a system 3 years into this. My business comes strictly from my like page. So when I was talking about, invite 10 people, friend 6 people, connect with 10. So I'm friending 6 people a day from my like page. So people have liked my page. I'm literally stalking them, being like, I think I would like to work with you. And I'm always thinking business. I'm not thinking challenge group. And that's just how I've always been since day one, because I came into it for the business. So for me, the first thought that goes to my head is they look like they'd be a good coach. And yes, I'm stereotyping, but you just know 3 years into this, do you know who you want to work with? And so I will, once they accept my friend request, I'll form with them, quote unquote, connect with them. And so I read it, it's attract, connect, and invite. So that's pretty much what I've been doing. Carl just wanted to jump on the bandwagon now. So I'm attracting them with my like page. They're liking my page. I'm connecting with them through my regular Facebook page. And I will form with them through there. Those people that I friend, so for the month of April, the ones that I'm talking to, that I formed relationships with, that are talking more than one word answers, that I'm literally, you can tell who you're going to have a good relationship with. Those are going to be the people that I invite the following month, so in May. So it's always a month behind. Just like everything with Beachbody, I'm normally a month behind. So it's good the more people that you have that you're connecting with, the better, because you're set up for the next month. So that's generally what I do.
And I kind of do the same thing as well with, I put on there, whenever I add somebody as a friend, they go on that month's friend list. So on Facebook, you can add them to certain lists. So they'll go on that month and year, like April 2016. Every single person I add is on that list. So then I make sure at least, maybe 2 to 3 times a week, I'll go through that list, because you can look at the people that's just on that list, their newsfeed, and I'll just go through and comment on all of their things, right? So now you're kind of connecting with them as well. You're getting involved in their life. You're kind of getting to know them. You can send them messages like, hey, that was a really funny post, like, or, oh, that was a really great recipe. Where did you find that from? Or was it good? You can do simple things like that. And then the next month you can invite them to something. So I like to do an event invite, or just invite them to, a group. And it could be a free group, and then eventually transition them into, an actual challenge group. But I don't do free groups. So I just straight up invite them to a challenge group. But most of the time, when you're messaging them anyway and talking, they're going to say like, oh, hey, by the way, I saw this post. Can you tell me more about that? Or, oh, I really like this post. And also in part of my power hours is going back to people who liked or commented on your day before's posts and writing their names down. That way you can send them a message, and either you're connecting with them as a message, or you're sending them an invite and just saying, hey, thanks for liking my post on my challenger's results. Are you interested in starting your own fitness journey? Or thanks for liking my post about my son's baseball game. Like, do your kids play baseball? Doing simple things like that is going to help grow that connection and to eventually build into that invite process.
Yeah, I'm going to add to that. Something that I tell my coaches on the Getting Started Right call, because no one ever just comes into this with like a whole list of people they're going to invite. So as they start posting pictures of themselves working out, or whatever it is, I have them create a list. I call it their working list, and they're going to write down, unless they're a coach, everybody's name who likes their pictures. If it's a fitness picture of them working out, these are going to be people that they're going to reach out to invite to a challenge group, because they have somewhat of a desire or like for fitness. Okay. So I tell them that's going to be your working list. No one ever gets crossed off of that list unless they unfriend you or sign up. That's literally, everybody's fair game unless you can't find them on Facebook anymore. And you're going to constantly be adding to that list. So you should never run out of people, because you should always be adding to it. And then obviously I really like the Go for No sheet, because that gives you 100 follow-ups for the next month. So it's right there. You haven't lost your follow-up list. It's there for you. And you know who to reach out to. But yeah, that's something that she just triggered a memory for me.
Yeah, I love that, because it also forces them to post on their page as well. And that's really how do you get your coaches started, is posting about their fitness journey. Because like I said in my video earlier today, your fitness, if you're treating your fitness seriously to getting results, that is part of our business, is us getting results and committing to the nutrition and committing to the workouts. So if you're all 100% all in on your workouts and your nutrition, you should be 100% all in on your business as well, because it's the same exact mindset and the same concept of you have a desire to want to do something so bad that you are going to sacrifice junk food or nachos or wine, and you want to get those results. So you're also going to sacrifice things within your life, whether it's sleep or time or TV, whatever, to do the business side, because what you sacrifice now, you're going to get back tenfold later on down the road. Because I know when I worked 2 jobs plus Beachbody plus work going to school full time and coaching my kids soccer, I was busy, but now I have so much more time because I can do this full time and because I can afford to do it full time. Even my husband, if he gets laid off from his job, we could still do this full time and we're good. So having that stress-free life is what you should ultimately, really strive for. Yes, and Doug, you know how to get a success partner because you have John. So Doug and John met each other in their Uplines challenge group. So they've been partners ever since then. But if you want a success partner, post a bio about yourself and what you're looking for in the team page, and we can, get you connected with somebody in the team page, for you, and it doesn't necessarily have to be on the team. Kaileigh's not on our team. She's as far away from being anywhere close to our team. We're not even in the same downline. So, definitely it doesn't have to be somebody on our team, just somebody you connect with that you can talk to daily and that you can take criticism from. You have to be open to criticism. And, when they tell you, all right, quit. I think I've told Kaileigh that too before. I was like, okay, well then quit. Like, what else is stopping you? And she's like, well, my why. Okay, then. So, just having that success partner is going to help you so much. And if there's somebody local, that's cool too, because that's how I actually go to events, because I'm an introvert. So I would never go to an event if I didn't have Jessica dragging me with her.
I also, I tell my coaches when they're looking for success partners, I say, I don't even remember how we met, Alicia, but
I don't either.
Okay, well, that's good. I'm glad I'm not the other one. But I think it was the Elite Push group my first year. Because I think that's where I met Natalie too. Yeah. But so joining groups like that, so an Emerald Push group with a larger thing, or if you're a Diamond coach and you're on calls with corporate, Zoom call with a group or whatever. I think that's the best way to do it. And I'm not saying anything against having a success partner on your team. I don't suggest it being one of your coaches, but I find that the best success partners 3 years into this are the ones that have happened naturally. And I'm going to tell you, I have 4 success partners. So one is in linear with me. She's one of my sponsored coaches. She's my BFF. We're more so friends than success partners, but we can bounce business ideas off of each other. One is Alicia. We are friends, but we also bounce business ideas. And this is another reason why it's easier for us to take criticism, because 1, I trust her. 2, we have a good relationship. We have connected on things other than just business. She knows about my husband, I know about her husband. She knows about my kids, I know about her. So we've connected on more levels. Another one of mine is one of Mel's personally sponsored coaches. And then I said I had 4. And then one is Natalie from a completely different team. And Alicia and I met in the Elite group, Push group that corporate was running or something. I don't even know. And Natalie was in there too. So I have 2 coaches from completely different teams. And another reason why I suggest reaching out or joining groups, we have a New Jersey coaches page. If you have a state page for your, for coaches, join it, because that's where you're going to meet from people from different teams. You're going to connect with them. And I like it because Jessica, who is Alicia's upline, does things differently than mine. And I might connect with something that Jessica may have taught Alicia, but, and that what I'm not connecting with what Mel has taught me. So I might take something from her more so than I would from my upline at this point. Depending on what it is, we are actually learning from each other from different views of leadership rather than having it all in the same downline.
And I think that's the best part too, because I have and you can have multiple success partners, especially as you grow as a coach and you're growing yourself and you just have different needs. Because I know I have several success partners as well. And it's one of those things where you just, wherever your mindset is that day, the exact person that's going to be able to help you with that issue that you have that day. And having different people on different teams helps a ton, because you're okay, I know this person upline, this is how they teach their stuff. Just Kaileigh was saying, you get to bounce ideas off of each other. And that's where I got the top 10 coaches of the month was from Kaileigh. So, you get to be able to bounce ideas off of each other that you might not have from, this team itself. And even Jessica, she got the Tracking Your Success Club points in a document every single month. She got that from Amber Snow, who's not on our team either, but it's her success partner. So, you don't have to have just one person and stick to that one person. And you don't even have to talk every single day, but it's more of just knowing that there's somebody there to talk to and to connect with. And it's even more fun too when you meet each other in person and you're on, at events, and you can just mingle more. But definitely, yeah, if you're at Super Saturdays, mingle with people that are around you, connect with them, add them on Facebook if you need to, connect in your local area groups or state groups, and join any Beachbody groups that they do, especially once you reach Diamond and 1-star. They have those Zooms all the time, and they have a special corporate group for that, as well as Beachbody Champions page. They're constantly doing stuff on that page, which I definitely suggest don't spend all day in there because you could. But if you find somebody in there that you connect with, go for it. Definitely do it. So any other questions besides John wanting to cheat on Doug? None. All right. Well, thank you, Kaileigh, obviously for, coming on and taking time out tonight. And that's another great thing about Success Partners is you can ask them to do a call and they will. So thanks for coming on and teaching everybody this. And I will also send you the link in the recording as well. So
No problem.
night, guys. Have a good one and go out and go help some people tonight. Bye.